All right, back with our pal Chris Horner. He's Senior Fellow at Competitive Enterprise Institute. He's also the author of the book Power Grab. Power as in, I think, fuel and electricity and those sorts of things. Do I have that right, Chris?
You've got it right, Larry.
All right, buddy. Now, look, let me just ask you one thing. I don't want to sound like a killjoy, but life goes on. In terms of oil spills, doesn't this rate near the low end of historic oil spills in the last 30 years, including the Exxon Valdez?
Well, the key is what happens domestically. And domestically, of course, it's the first one we've had in a while, but for Exxon Valdez. The issue is, if you want to take it seriously, how does it compare to seepage, natural seepage? And it's slightly more. The fact of the matter is that this is a product we extract from the earth, and it does occasionally leak, including daily, naturally, in volumes slightly less than this. The issue is the political impact, because energy is nothing but a highly politicized issue here, particularly with this administration.
Right, so let me take it a step at a time here. On the political impact. Now, look, the price of oil is $86 a barrel. Many believe it's going to 100. Gasoline retail at the pump is moving towards $3. The economy is recovering worldwide, more or less. Wouldn't it be better if we sent a signal that we were producing more oil and gas at this point? Wouldn't that be better? Might not that have some positive effect on tempering prices?
Of course it would. That's why they make up such silly arguments like, well, it would only be 6 months if this is all you used when dealing with ANWR and so on, because it would have numerous beneficial impacts, both economic and national security, and you name it. But remember, the president runs around claiming he opened up areas, all of which were already opened, as a head fake to seal off most of the likely volume. Well, this is not a sincerely pro-energy administration.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I still want to go down that road too much, because he's going to have to give the okay for any new leasing. And we were going to have leasing in the Gulf. And what I want to ask you is now, there's a 1-month moratorium, as I understand it, to investigate these so-called causes of this BP spill in the Gulf. What happens after a month, Chris? You're going to have a lot of political guys coming in, senators and whatnot, saying no, no, no? Or do you think drill, whatever degree is still alive?
It's still alive. I think the bigger question was they were desperate to pass an energy bill this year, waiting for the gas price spikes and to hide cap and trade in it. This will kill that bill if they take out the actual energy portions, because then cap and trade is stark raving naked and they lose support.
Wait, let me pursue this. This is a very important point, very interesting point. You're saying a cap-and-trade deal couldn't survive unless offshore drilling were part of it. Therefore, if you take offshore drilling out, cap-and-trade is totally dead. Is that what you're saying?
Yep. The ultimate political impact of this could be the ultimate political irony, because without Lindsey Graham as political cover, you don't have bipartisan or tripartisan support. And you also are losing people who didn't want to go along with offshore anyway, like Bill Nelson and Jim Webb of Virginia, who didn't want cap and trade. You suddenly lose an awful lot of people who may have come along with some window dressing pro-energy, but get cap and trade in there. The entire model falls apart. That's why, again, the impact is what really, the important impact will be what this does to the legislation, because we were going to get window dressing in return for a bag of magic, giveaway of magic beans for cap and trade.
All right, but I'm going to guess, try to get into President Obama's head, not an easy thing to do. I'm going to guess, Chris, that because he wants cap and trade, I do not, you do not, he will reopen offshore drilling after this thing's cleaned up. I'm going to guess, and if cap and trade will have to be beaten on its own merits on the floor.
Well, okay, real quickly, it's what goes into the next 5-year plan is all he said he would consider. The other question is what's in the legislation for the future, and I think when that drops, then cap and trade drops. For the next 5 years, he's not going to allow a whole lot.
All right, I got to get out. Chris Horner, thank you ever so much. Great to see you again.